Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Continuing on, I'm sort of using my own bike a little bit to just show people things that they might be interested in. I'm not in any big rush to get this bike together, and I've been doing other work. But last night, or last evening actually, I left here and I did about 80 or 90 k's in the cool once the traffic had departed. Stopped with my torches and things and checked for oil leaks and any potential problems that might be occurring. The bike runs beautifully, I have to say. It went together so well that I almost think that this bike just simply wants to get back on the road, but we'll soon find out about that, I suppose. Let me just say that in the world of mechanics, there are mechanics who are trained to do things, and there are mechanics who have been trained to do things and then learn things. I've had mechanical shops for many years, and every mechanic I think I've had has had a different way of attacking a particular problem. The big thing for me about these bikes is that my friend and mentor Michael Schnurring is the guy who has taught me most of the things that I know about these bikes. Most of them are things that I've been taught while working on my own bikes over the years. And this is just my way of breaking in a fresh engine. So I filled it with a Castrol GDX oil, just a 20W50 base type oil. You know, good oil, nothing wrong with it, but I don't run it every day. But just as a break-in oil, and set all the tolerances and clearances and everything, and then went for about an 80k ride last night. I got up early this morning and did about another 140. Just to get it properly warmed through, and so it's done about 230 k's since I put the motor back together. Adjusted the carbies, and as they settled in they changed. So I got here this morning, let it all cool down, dropped the oil out, just checked for all things like end float, tappet clearances, things closing up. All the heads are pretty much brand new. The original casting is still there, but everything else is fairly well new. Even the rocker shafts, needle rollers, and all those things have been changed. And it's all looking great. Heads are settled a bit, so they needed a retorque. Tappets needed a reset. Check the compressions; they're all well and truly up over 150, around that range. Nothing to whinge about at all, really. But I just thought I'd show you just what's involved. Like that's the tension wrenches I've always used. They're Australian made, Warren and Browns. I trust them. I don't trust some of the clock ones, I just don't. I've seen people pull studs out of things. The repaired stud pulled up beautifully. There's no oil leaks around the bases of the cylinders. The push rods aren't leaking. Everything is just fine. So that's what I do. I then filled it with the Penrite 20W60 zinc type oil that I use on all my bikes and my customers' bikes. Never sees the threads. Check the plugs, they're all burning nicely now. Tighten the exhaust bolts, and now I'm ready to go for a decent ride and open it up and give it a bit of legs. Like when you put an engine back together, generally speaking, you have to break it in a little. Everything's not brand new, but I just took it easy. I didn't rev it hard, and I didn't let it labour, and I just varied it up and down the rev range for a while just to give everything a chance to get settled. Same again this morning. Gave it a couple of bursts just to see how it was all going to pull, and gradually now over the next 1,000 k's or so I'll just give it a bit more and a bit more. Not that I ever ride bikes particularly hard, but I'll start getting back to the way I generally ride my bikes over the next week or two. Thought you might like to see that and hear that. Take care, ride safely, and we'll talk again.